Hello, it is UHL Week 5 is our last match of the week. I am Wicked Good. I am here with Bodicus, and we have a fun one for you this week. We have Ziggy Sarah versus Mike Lowe, and we have some interesting decks on the docket tonight. How you doing,
Yeah,
Bodicus?
I'm doing good. So looking at these deck lists, after casting Mike Lowe's match, I believe it was last week. I'm actually surprised at some of the decks he's decided to bring. They less like unique cards than he had before, but I really like his Shaman deck. It looks pretty cool. And then Ziggy's also brought some spice
Yeah.
to the table, so. It should be a fun match to watch
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean we have we have a from Mike we have a deck that has Hagatha but no Shutterwalk. And from Ziggy, we have a deck that has neither Hagatha nor Shutterwalk, but it does have Murabi.
Of course, why
So
not?
that ought to be fun. So it looks like we have a an odd paladin, a freeze shaman, and a quest druid from Ziggy, and we have an elemental shaman, a taunt druid, and an odd rogue from Mike Lowe. So, what are your thoughts on how these matchups line up?
So, I mean, how are you even supposed to guess how things are going to line up with Morabi Shaman
Yeah,
and Quest Druid from Ziggy? I honestly have no clue.
yeah. I mean, I'm not
Um,
a quest druid aficionado, but I'm certainly not sure how this quest druid is supposed to work. But I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I mean, in general, if I'm looking at the decks, I really like a lot of the cards that Mike Lowe has brought. But with decks like what Ziggy brought, like I feel like anything could happen. I would probably tip the scale in Mike Lowe's favor, but he's nowhere locked in by a long shot. Like this could definitely go either way.
Yeah, so we should just kind of take a minute if this is the first time you're joining us, just remind you of the rules and why we're seeing some of these interesting decks. So the deck lists are all closed. The competitors don't know what each other is playing outside of the classes that they've picked. And the classes are chosen 3 per week with no ban, Conquest best of 5. And once you have picked a class, you cannot pick it for the next 3 week cycle. So we are in week 5, which makes it the second week of this cycle. So the competitors have had been able to choose some of their classes before the nerfs, and this is the first week post nerf. So some of the competitors have had different strategies how to incorporate the nerf into this format, but this is clearly both players thought that Shaman was going to be better after the nerfs than before the nerfs. I can't necessarily blame them for that.
Yeah, and it definitely has. Shutterwalk is really showing up a lot on Twitter via a lot of the pros.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Shaman was a head runner right out the gate. So, um, and the funny thing is neither of them brought either of those decks.
Yeah.
So, well, it's very interesting to see. I'm really excited to kind of see how both of their Shaman decks end up playing out. I know that Ziggy brought a Morabi Shaman, I believe, that she last time she had to bring Shaman. So uh, I wasn't able to catch that match, so I'm really excited to see what it does. And she was able to get a win with it, so maybe there's something there that kind of no one else is really looking at.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm at this point, I'm ready to see these decks in action. I don't know about you if you want to let them know that we can get started, and we will delay no further and get right into the action as soon as we have the spectating set up. So,
Yep,
I don't even
I
know
told
what
I
you
gave
picked
him the go
first.
ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what you picked
Yeah,
first. I think you just go to random.org and throw some numbers in there for these lineups. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So, um, yeah. So
I
we'll
don't know if Mike Lowe can see the Discord, so
okay. You
I'm
can let him know in chat too, and
letting him know.
yeah, and we will get underway as soon as we have the players in match. So just bear with us for a second, and we will be there momentarily.
I'll message Ziggy on
Yeah.
in client just in case too.
Yep. Yeah, as long as one of them challenges the other, then eventually we'll get we'll get there.
They're already in.
Okay, so
in the pre-game, I'm just letting them know that they can queue up their decks and go. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. From what I understand, Conquest, even though you don't know what your opponent's decks are, you generally just kind of random what you start with, and so that's probably the methodology I would take going into this. But I mean, there's nothing that hurts like starting with one of your decks that you feel is stronger than the other ones, just to kind of be able to feel out what what decks your opponents are bringing, and try to get that win under, and then also it gives you a bit of information going into the next couple games.
Yeah, I mean I don't play tournaments as much as you do, but I would imagine that just getting that first win and getting the just getting the confidence boost of getting through that kind of makes a big difference in terms, especially when it's like something where you're preparing an entire week for one match, as opposed to like a tournament where, okay, well, if I lose the first one, then I've got another one where I can get down to the lower bracket. But when you're preparing all week for one match and you got everything riding on it, I would imagine getting that first win is really important, just psychologically.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
All right, we are heading in. Just getting everything set up for you.
Doesn't really matter. It's on top or bottom.
Yeah, it only matters for me. So. Okay, so we have Mike on the odd rogue, and we have Ziggy on that quest druid. So we are getting into that right away. And I will get us into the game as soon as I have the. Well, let's just get into it right now, and then I'll fix the spectate as we go.
Interesting. Okay, so Mike is actually playing Van Cleef in the odd rogue. This definitely seems like a hand you want to actually keep, Van Cleef, because you have a really nice curve of Dire Mole into hero power into coin. Cold Blood Van Cleef is really, really strong.
None will survive.
And I think this is not really the matchup Ziggy is really looking to get to start.
I would imagine not, though. That Crypt Lord will help.
Yeah, like generally the Jungle Giants decks are more geared for late game.
Yeah.
Trying to beat up on the control decks, kind of take the game as late as possible. Doesn't have like a wild growth or anything for turn 2, so she's gonna have to hero power. And I wonder if you actually just attack into the Dire Mole to start chipping away at its toughness to maybe get a swipe down later.
Yeah, it's always so tough with the odd rogue. Just how do you deal with their early minions? How do you deal with it? It snowballs so quickly. And, as soon as you get one of these Cold Bloods down, which we see in Mike's hand, he could go Argent Squire Cold Blood this turn. I don't expect he would. I would expect he would hero power, but he could very well decide to do that and just start pushing damage, and then you have to have an answer for that right away.
Yeah, and I like holding the dagger for this turn. Definitely don't need to be using that charge up, because I doubt you're going to be able to play it on the next turn.
Yeah.
So now it really kind of depends on how greedy he wants to get. I really still like the play of coin, Cold Blood, Van Cleef, but it looks like he's actually going to develop a
Soul of the
Fox
Forest
here.
That Soul of the Forest off the Blink Fox looks like it could be a real problem.
Yep. But that was actually a really good pickup for Ziggy, too.
Yeah.
The Oaken Summons is going to get out the first Cursed Disciple, and she actually just has the completion in hand, so Mike's going to need to really start putting on some pressure somehow.
Yeah.
I kind of like going, like, coin... Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna work through this. He's not really in much of a hurry. He wouldn't know that she's picked that up. And I mean, at the end of the day, even if Ziggy speedruns the quest, like, she still has to draw all those minions. She doesn't have any card draw in hand to start getting her to do anything with the quest right now.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
might
well,
have just
there's
gone
some card
face
draw.
there with that. Um, you know, you the problem with trying to trade off minions here, like yes, they get the choice to trade off 5 here, but okay, so she ends up not trading there. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, do we get to see what she picked? We don't. We don't. Oh, no, we do. So she has picked the deal 3 to all minions, which you would expect given the situation.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm actually. I don't know if you're. I don't know much about aggro, but I generally. The one thing I do know is you probably want to be pushing as much face damage as you can, especially early.
What's
Against a
funny
deck
is
like
he can
this.
actually just like solo the forest here,
Oh, and
go
trade in.
go face with I guess 4 of this and then trade.
I mean, if he wanted
Um,
to, he could even go solo the forest and deadly poison
okay.
and just clear everything out. I mean, he'd lose
Yeah,
that.
deciding to upgrade the flame elemental here seems okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he can just trade in with the
Um,
flame elemental and the. Well, I guess you don't want to trade with the flame elemental because it's gonna. You'll still lose one of those tokens.
no, you just go face for.
Oh.
Oh, he's missed a bit of damage there. I guess
Yeah.
was maybe expecting her to have potentially chosen
plus two, plus two.
plus two.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, and this Harrison's gonna get some card draw going too. If and finish. Oh no, it's not gonna finish off the quest because she still has the Curse Disciple on him. It's gonna get her pretty close, if that's what she wants to do.
I think you just want to play Cursed Disciple here because you can likely complete quest next turn and play the 8/8 right away.
Yeah.
Um,
And she may be waiting for. It probably makes sense to wait for a 2 procs on the dagger. Presumably, Mike's gonna attack and then redagger, and then you can get 2 cards off of it. And maybe you're lucky enough to hit a deadly poison at the same time.
right.
There's a Leroy.
Yeah. Plus, you've already seen that Mike's been trading with your 5/1s,
Right.
trying not to take too much face damage here. I really want to see this Edwin Van Cleef come out soon.
Yeah.
He really needs to make a big Van Cleef at some point to really push some damage because I mean Ziggy's really soon here going to just be playing gigantic minions that you're going to have a really hard time dealing with.
Right. And now he's completed the quest for her on his turn rather than on her turn.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you're going for a big Van Cleef this turn, then it kind of makes sense to do it this way because
Yeah.
because you want to you don't want that 5/1 being able to trade in and get some damage in on your Van Cleef.
Okay, so looks like we're gonna. I guess he's trying to decide between Cold Blood and Deadly Poison.
Yeah.
And not knowing that the Harrison's in hand, but even so, this Edwin's going to loom large, and Harrisoning the weapon's still going to leave an 8/8 Van Cleef in the way.
Yeah, you really want to get down the Barnabas this turn.
I mean, she's got like a whole bunch of competing priorities right now because she wants to get the Barnabas down. She wants to hit the weapon while it's got 2 charges and it's got a deadly poison on it. And she probably wants to get Malfurion down so she can get the armor and get some taunts in the way.
Yeah, interesting. She's going to go with Malfurion here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I like this play because you seem really susceptible to just getting your minions removed, and then you're in just as bad of a spot as you were last turn, but they likely have more things on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to soak all the damage this turn. I don't know that I would necessarily be so worried about taking this damage right away. I mean, you're at 38. Well, I guess she was at 33, but even then, it's 15. You still have another turn to react, but yeah, I mean, getting the Barnabas down doesn't really mean anything if you're just going to die the next turn.
Right.
But getting that Harrison down maybe might have been better just to get, even though you want to get the card draw after the Barnabas.
Interesting. So he decides to forego 8 face damage to save the Vile Spine Slayer in his hand. I don't know that I like that play so much. I really, really want to start doing a lot of damage to Ziggy at this point.
You're kind of starting to run out of time, right? Like,
Right.
You can wait around a little bit, but at a certain point, the druid's going to go off.
I mean, he gets kind of rewarded here because he knows that she has the 8/8 in hand, so he's going to be able to Vilespine the 8/8 this turn.
Yeah, and she doesn't pick up a minion off the Wrath either, which is pretty big. And this fledgling Vilespine is going to be a big turn.
Yep.
He's just thinking about it for a second.
So, why trying to play around Spreading Plague here, I guess?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, how do you lose, right? You lose when you get a bunch of 1/5s in your way. And that 2/2 isn't really doing anything for you.
I don't know, it pushes 2 damage. I think I like Swipe, Wrath, and then Hero Power down the Fledgling here. You get, like, you're probably not dead.
Oh, the Faceless Manipulator is interesting, though. What would she
probably
faceless?
Not dead. Like, you're not dead to a whole lot there, and then you are obviously going to get to UI next turn, which can put, like, some of her taunt minions into play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at least that lets her trade, and she can still Wrath off the Flappy Bird, which is really going to be the biggest threat on that board.
And then armor up.
Yeah, and I mean, you've seen Mike trading all game.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna. She went face here.
Yeah, she's putting him on a clock because and I think I see what she's doing because she's seeing that he's playing very tentatively for an aggro deck, and she's trying to get him to trade off his Edwin into hers instead of taking that 8 face damage. And I don't blame her.
So how much do we have here? We have 11.
The
plus,
weapon is 13.
21. Yeah. So we're short. We're barely short this turn.
Yeah.
So but I think you probably want to go in, or you could just Baku, I guess. You could just go Baku, expecting like the UI to come out next turn.
He's got to be looking at that like she's got enough damage to kill me. Right? Because like that's a scary turn from the other side when you don't know what's going on.
Right.
And he's got to be intimidated by that. I don't think you could just throw it down and 9 mana 7/8 into this. And you can see that he's taking a long time, and I mean this is a difficult turn.
Yeah. It looks like he's gonna go with the trade. Probably just play Baku.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Hero Power. Interesting.
Just push some damage there, and then this.
Okay.
Then this UI.
Yeah, I think I like just playing Baku that turn.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have UI there, then you can. Well, like even UI doesn't deal with the Baku, so.
Yeah. Do you ever Oaken Summons Harrison here?
No, you just
because you want to get those out of your deck though, right? Like well, I guess everything's 0.
Alone, you're so likely to win.
Yeah.
Off of it. And like. If they weren't, Myclo didn't do like 5. Myclo only did 5 damage to you last turn, so it's unlikely that he's going to be able to do even more damage with 1 more mana this turn.
Yeah.
Like the amount of damage he's able to do is pretty inconsequential.
I mean, I was thinking less in terms of being worried about health and more about like getting the minions out of your deck before the UI. But I'm also thinking about Taunt Druid where you want to get the cheap minions, and right now everything she has costs 0.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about it in terms of the armor. I was thinking about it more in just terms of getting stuff on the board.
So many options.
So let's see.
This Leroy.
Looks like Leroy's gonna trade.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. And then the Cold Blood. I would imagine we're gonna see this Cold Blood come down too.
Right. I don't know how else you get damage in without Cold Blood.
You have to. You're very clearly running out of time because there's going to be a whole bunch of oh
okay.
Spreading the damage around is in lieu of taking the 4 damage to face now.
Yeah, but this seems like a pretty easy clear here for Ziggy. Plus, she can develop stuff. She could start with probably Wild Growth to just draw, or maybe you just start with Oaken Summons.
Or maybe you just...
Or maybe she's just dead, or Michael's just dead.
Yeah, just the
swipe hero power.
the swipes hero power is just it. I'm disappointed though, because there is an unpowered Steambot in this deck, and I wanted to know how that fit in. That's like the little guy in the Yakuza scene from The Simpsons, you know? He's like over in this corner, like, what's he gonna do? I want to know what he's gonna do, and I never got to see.
Well, what I really wanted is for her to UI Milo and then drop Ixalit unpowered Steambot and just put a big old wall of butt in the face.
and then faceless the Steambot, and yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Never getting through.
Just so many 0-9s, so many big butts. Yep. So we'll give that the druid win to Ziggy, and she will have the paladin and the shaman left, and Mike Lowe still has all three of his decks. And we'll just take a second to remind you that United Hearthstone League is brought to you by Patreon. You can go and contribute over at patreon.com/UnitedHSLeague. Again, a lot of the people in the league are donating their time, the competitors, the casters like us, the people who are creating the content every week. We're all donating our time, but there are some expenses that go along with the league. In terms of things that, that can kind of improve the league from year to year. And you can even see just the improvement from when we were casting the finals of season 1 and where we've gotten to now in terms of the casting has been night and day. And I remember that
Shout out to Nate Wolf for doing all of the graphics and everything. Like, I was trying to do some of it at the beginning, and like the difference is just massive. Like, it looks so much more professional now. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's it's the kind of thing you can do on your own, but when you get somebody who's really talented at that sort of thing, just giving their time and their energy to do it, it makes a huge, big difference. And, there are giveaways of packs and things like that are, that are paid for out of pocket, that we'd love to be able to do more of those types of things. You also do get access to a patron-only channel in the Discord along with other perks. We do want to thank our patrons, Orochio and Run S, for supporting the league through their patronage, and you can do that too at patreon.com/UnitedHSLeague and help us do more of this, because we love doing this, and we'd love to be able to bring you even more Hearthstone for the community. Yeah, thanks so much to Run for coming on this this last week here. It's awesome to see the patrons starting to grow a little bit more, but we would love to get some more patrons, love to talk to you in the patron channel on Discord. Get your name said right here every week. Just really appreciate everybody who's supported thus far, and anybody who's looking to support, we'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, it makes a big difference. And, we love doing this. We want to do as much as we can, and, your support makes that happen. So, speaking of making things happen, so we're going to go into Ziggy having the shaman and the paladin. Where do you go from here after that? Seeing that odd rogue, and probably expecting he's going to go back to it. I would imagine. Yeah. So I think you want to go with something. Let's see. I'm taking a look at her decks right now. Yeah. Maybe you just go with like Paladin. Her odd Paladin deck kind of gives fits to a deck like Odd Rogue, just because their dagger gets upgraded to 2 damage, but the 1/1s outcase it real quick. It only takes out one of them at a time. Yeah. But it looks like we're going to have Mike going on to the Taunt Druid versus that Odd Rogue from Ziggy, and this could, if Mike gets what he needs out of the opening draw, and we're already seeing some ramp, and we're seeing an Oaken Summons, which is a good start, he can overcome this odd Paladin, but it can be a rough road depending on how fast of a start Ziggy gets. Yeah, like with a deck like Taunt Druid, it's actually significantly better than Even Paladin used to be against, because with Even Paladin you could get through a ton of damage with equalities and consecrates and stuff like that, but Odd Paladin doesn't have quite the same tools to be able to punch through taunts. Usually they just have to kind of do it the hard way, but they generate so many minions that usually they can bust through a couple, but it really depends on how many Mike's going to be able to put in Ziggy's way.
Yeah.
I think I actually give quite a bit of a favor to Mike Lowe here in this matchup in general.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I remember playing this against a lot of even paladins and not really very many odd paladins. You can get swarmed by the odd paladin.
Just look at this hand. It's double swipe,
yeah,
wrath, just so many ways to deal damage.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like the old Dude Paladin too, where you can. It doesn't matter how many boards you clear, because as long as you can clear the last one.
Right. I'm kind of surprised Ziggy didn't end up using her hero power there. Like, you just kind of want. I feel like you want to just keep making. You just kind of want to keep making dudes and kind of conserve your resources as much as possible. Like, you're never really going to have a problem dumping your hand for a divine favor or something in the later game.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, ends up playing the Firefly instead of the Flame Elemental in hand, giving a little bit of extra information to Mike Lowe there. But I have to assume that Mike Lowe already knows that there's a lot of 1-drops in the deck.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to... I've been getting some... okay, I just wanted to double-check the resolution, just because I've been seeing in the chat that the stream's a little bit slow, so I'm trying to fix that on my end. So, apologize if I'm trying to work on that, so...
No problem. I'll just kind of keep checking things out here. Looks to me like this is probably just going to be either coin Oaken summons from Ziggy, or from Mike Lowe, or maybe even coin swipe here is not that bad. I actually think I like more than any of those plays is just like hero power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like coin swipe's going to be the play, and that's fine, right? I mean,
right.
You're not. I mean, you're more worried about it next turn when level up becomes live. But
yeah,
you know, I mean, he's going into next turn. He's going to Oaken summons. He's probably going to pull a 3/6, and get 8 health. So just being able to kind of control the pest population isn't a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay. So Ziggy decides not to play one of the flame elementals here. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He's gonna Oaken summons right into the level up turn, but I think you're okay if only 2 of these Silverhand recruits get leveled up. Like, that's not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you really have to worry about anything in terms of a board clear from the Druid until like turn 8 when the Primordial Drakes come out. At this point, I mean, he does have the other swipe, but you're not really playing around the second copy. And now we're getting rid of all those things in the hand to draw a whole mess of cards.
I think I might have liked to see a couple trades in there. I guess you've already seen one swipe, so like the second one is not quite as obvious, but I think now that Mike has seen the Divine Favor, is probably going to want to get the swipe out here just to prevent like Fungalmancer or stuff from doing a bunch of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah. This swipe, like the second
agrees.
swipe. Yeah. There's no way you play around it. You know,
it's a real cheap corridor creeper though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 1-mana. It's a 1-mana 2/5. That's pretty good, especially with a Fungalmancer.
Yep.
That looks like a pretty good turn.
Okay.
Looks
I
like
think you just kind of go wide again.
Yeah.
Like from Ziggy's point of view, she's seen both swipes, so the largely the AoE that Druid has is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can put hero power in instead of playing the Righteous Protector, which I like a lot. And now Mike's in kind of a weird position. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably just going to speed run to that Primordial Drake, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was quite the good draw there.
Yeah. And, you know, Jasper Spellstone... I don't hate Jasper Spellstoning that 1/4 to be able to take out one of the Silverhand recruits either.
Well, you could take out both because you can hero power.
Oh, you can still hero power, yeah.
Yep. I like this a lot. He could even master Oakheart next turn if he wants.
Yeah.
Depending on how wide Ziggy goes.
Yeah, I mean, he might want to hold off a little bit because he's only seen that one Ironwood Golem that's in the hand because the other one, the Oaken Summons pulled a Tar Creeper. So it's a little bit risky going with the Master Oakheart when you haven't seen both of them. I mean, sometimes you have to.
Both Fine Cleavers in hand for Ziggy. Not really where she wants to be at this point in the game.
Yeah. That Primordial Lake Drake looks real tasty right now. You clear off this whole board, and then you block out the... If Ziggy wants to make 2/1/1, she needs to take 4 damage to the face. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, and it prevents her from going, like, attack with weapon, hero power, level up, which is extremely scary.
Yeah. I mean, you could play the Lich King, too. Oh, he is going to go for the Oakheart.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is going to pull a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I still would have liked to wait on that, just because you really haven't had that many taunts, and you want to get this Lich King down before Hadronox. Plus, you also really would love to naturalize the Hadronox, because if this gets silenced, you don't have a Witching Hour. You could Carnivorous Cube it.
You could cube it and like naturalize the cube or something.
Yeah, but then you're still not getting your taunts out.
Yeah. So now Ziggy's in kind of a rough spot. It definitely looks like a turn where she's going to want to do the play that I suggested last turn, which is like probably attack the Tar Creeper, hero power, level up, and then we can trade like the Corridor Creeper in.
Yeah.
But then you have this giant Primordial Drake in the way, which is a pretty big problem.
Yeah, I mean it buys you a turn at least. I mean, that level up is your win condition effectively, but you kind of need it right now. And you know, I mean, what else do you do?
Yeah, not a lot of good options here. I mean, there's just this is just such a huge wall.
Yeah. But the other thing is that there's not really any easy way with both swipes gone for Mike to clear this board, because he can do 2 damage to the board easily. He can't do 3.
Right. So what do we do here then? We can like attack our Dragon Hatcher into the Righteous Protector.
Yeah.
And trade off some of these silver hands and play a Lich King.
Yeah, I would love to see him play this Lich King before he kills off the Hadronox, because you really, really want to get that Lich King back. That's why I would have liked to see him play that last turn. Because you want to make sure you're getting as many Lich Kings as possible, because the one way you do clear this board is with Death and Decay.
Right, but I mean, this is not really the matchup where you need to get a whole lot of like Lich King value.
You don't, but I mean, you want to get as many of those taunts out as you can and maximize your value out of the Hadronox, right? Like, you still want to be getting more than the 2 taunts that were on the board when you played them. I mean, you do have that Dragon Hatcher, so that helps.
Right. I mean, I think Mike's in a really good spot still.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, we're nitpicking.
Know.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's
hard to see a way back from here. But I've lost to enough paladins when playing Taunt Druid to know that there's always a way. Like, the paladin always seems to find a way. I mean, at least right now she could do something with the Fungalmancer and the weapon attack to get rid of this 4/8. And I mean, I don't know what you do from there, but I mean, she could also just play the Stormwind Champion.
Yeah, that gets the Primordial Drake off the field. But
Yeah.
the problem with getting that off the field is then Hadronox is just like,
Yeah.
all right, here's all my dragons back. And all my taunts coming right back.
Yeah, and the one thing that makes Odd Paladin a little bit more awkward against this deck than even Paladin is you don't have access to equality. So you're really relying on, like, Ironbeak Owls and just, like, your body's getting in the way. Yeah, so
If Mike Lowe wanted, he could just play Lich King and naturalize it,
yeah.
and then get it back right now with that, but ends up just getting a bunch of taunts.
Yeah, and he doesn't really need to do it because, I mean, he's gonna, he doesn't really need to give Ziggy cards right now, right? Like, he's clearly in command of the game. He doesn't want to give her more resources if he doesn't have to.
Right.
Though
I
this
think you could Lich King here. I think you could double Ironwood Golem.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, you could play any collection of cards that are green, and you're probably in a decent spot. So.
Right. Yeah. I don't really know. Like, is there any card? I should look at Ziggy's list, see if there's any cards that
Yogg?
can get her somewhat back in the game. Well, like a Yogg-like card would be the Cauldron, but I don't think she's actually.
She's not
playing
running
any.
that. She's
Man,
got like some combination of like Reed Leader and Stormwind Champion, maybe.
Should I?
Or like another level up. I mean, she does have that combination in hand right now, and that at least will help her kind of chew through this board a little bit. I mean, doing 3 damage at a time is still going to be kind of a tough road to hoe. Or she could play the Vine Cleaver and do that and start making more minions to do that with. But I mean, she knows both swipes are gone. That's his board clear, and she's seen the battle cries from the dragons. So he's out of board clear. If she can maintain board,
you can remove here. I guess you're just removing 2 Ironwood Golems.
I would have liked to see her work on anything else because those can't attack right now. Well, now they can. Well, now they could have.
Is that just lethal now? It's 8 plus 8 plus 2.
8 plus, that's 18, 19. That's not 16. Quite lethal. No, it's a little bit off. You could just play the Lich King and just go face.
What?
So he's gonna put it on the board and just I mean, it's not lethal, but it's close enough. Yeah.
And he can even he could even nourish next turn to try to find like something. But
I was thinking about the naturalized. There's no Oh, I guess he is gonna do it, but which is fine. I mean, just be super sure. I mean, that well, she gets another one back, but yeah, that's. I think that's probably all she wrote.
Looks like it's gonna be it.
Yeah,
like she could try to stall out for another turn with like Lost in the Jungle hero power level up, but it's it's just kind of delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. So we go 1-to-1 with the Druid and the Druid for Mike Lowe is through, and the Oh, I'm blanking. Why am I blanking? And the Druid for Ziggy is through. Yeah. So now we're going to get to see other classes.
So let's see. So now it's on. Let's see. So I probably would expect Mike to not go back to Rogue again.
Yeah.
I wonder what Ziggy could go with. I think she probably wants to go with Paladin again. I feel like it just ran into kind of a bad matchup, and like Shaman is generally not super good at dealing with a bunch of 1/1s every turn.
Yeah.
I even think you're probably favored against like even Shaman. There's just not a whole lot of board clears in there. Should I tell him to go?
And I mean, you would expect that, if you're expecting that Mike is going to go back to that rogue, then that's something that you would want to, you'd want to go back to the Paladin.
I'm just gonna have him go. We can
we can talk about it while we're starting the match.
To let people know about next week. I guess we don't even have any more.
This is the last game for the week, so we don't even have any more games to announce.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going back to the rogue for Mike and back to the Paladin for Ziggy.
You're back.
Yep. Looks like a pretty decent hand for Mike Lowe. You definitely ditch the Cold Blood. The SI could be good, but also might just not be good enough.
Yeah, I mean, without the coin, maybe not. Just because you're going to have trouble activating it.
And if we look at Ziggy's hand, I think now that you've seen that it's Odd Rogue, you just want as many 1-drops as possible, because you're just going to try to flood the board and make it nearly impossible for Mike to remove all your stuff every turn.
Yeah.
And even if he's spending his time removing your stuff every turn, you're getting in a little bit of chip damage here and there, and eventually your cards are just like a little bit better than theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to all make sense. He's going to hold on to that Cold Blood.
Okay, so I guess his plan is to try to rush Ziggy down early, it looks like, because he knows that he's not favored in the long game, and he's not going to be able to remove all her stuff. I don't believe he has any Fan of Knives or anything. Yeah, no Fan of Knives, so he's going to be trying to rely on something like a, what is the... Should have it right here. Blink Fox getting like a Consecrate or something. That's gonna be his way to kind of remove some minions.
Yeah. So this Righteous Protector is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
The light protects me.
Okay. Interesting. I think I probably would have daggered there, just to get that off the board. Your dagger deals with 2 threats over a couple turns,
and it gets this thing off the board now.
Yeah. Yeah, because now this gets a little bit punished by Argent Veteran if Ziggy wants, or she could just Hero Power and be fine. Or she could use Coin. Like, Coin is also pretty reasonable here, because she can trade off into the Dire Mole, and then Mike's going to get through for 5, but she's got 3 things in play.
She could also trade into the Divine Shield and coin out the Stonehill Defender and just put a button away.
Okay.
Looks like that's what she's going to do.
What her plan is. This gets punished actually quite a bit by Hero
Snap
Power
picks the
Deadly
Tarim.
Poison.
Yeah. Actually, you're not even bothering to take the Divine Shield off. Just going face with the 1/1. But yeah, snap picking that Tarim, that's going to probably be a big deal later in the match.
Oh yeah. If Mike Lowe can't finish it out quickly, though, that's got to be what his plan is right now. Is just get this game over as quickly as possible before she's really able to leverage her hero power to good effect.
Yeah, but all these taunts are gonna be a problem for him rather. And hey, we got an unpowered Steambot, and she's taking it. Okay, we get to see an unpowered Steambot after all. I'm happy.
Can't deny the unpowered Steambot value. But I don't know, like, it's starting to look not so good for Ziggy. Like, she's starting to take a bunch of damage. There's now a bunch of minions on board. This is how Odd Paladin ends up losing these matches, is they fall a little bit behind on board, and you're just kind of able to push through it.
I mean, I believe in the power of the unpowered Steambot. I know that you are not. You're not a believer in Steambottery, but I believe in the Steambot.
Yeah, it seems like a fairly clear Fungalmancer to me.
Yeah.
You probably Fungalmancer in between the Squire and the Firefly.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Mike Discrease gonna go with the South Sea Deckhand and just try to get that damage that way.
This is a pretty... I don't know, this is rough. This is a really inefficient use of our mana here. Like, we could have pushed just as much damage by Fungalmancer in this turn.
Yeah, or you could even just have gone into it with everything and then played the Scalebane and had a bigger turn next turn too.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Steambot really only prevented 9 damage, but didn't deal any at all with the board, which is kind of what Odd Paladin is really good at, is just dealing with the board.
Yeah, though, I mean, we do have a Righteous Protector, which is going to soak 2 hits. We do have an Argent Squire coming in, and this, the Unidentified Maul is going to buff those up as well, and then that lets her take out, presumably, the Deckhand? Or I guess I'm going to take out the Firefly just since it's got more butt. That's fine, too.
Yeah, now we can pretty much almost push for lethal. We can attack Dire Mole and Flame Elemental in, and then we get 7, 8, 9. We have 14.
That's just one off.
Yeah, which, obviously, I guess Tarim could kind of get in the way of that.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
Tarim with even just the one Divine Shield on the Argent Squire could be an issue.
Yeah, if we had just played Fungalmancer
Yeah.
last turn, we would have had lethal this turn, I think. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean, we are gonna go there
the
now.
deckhand's always gonna have
Yeah.
always gonna have charge. Okay, so we're pushing a little less damage this way.
Yeah, but we're
But
spreading
we
spreading
have
out
more
the
of a
health.
board presence,
Yeah.
which is good. It's good against Tarim, so
Yeah.
let's push 11, put Ziggy to 4.
Yep. And Tarim will help kind of stem the tide for a little bit.
Yeah, so Ziggy can hit the Fungalmancer, Tarim, and trade with one of these.
Oh, it looks like she's gonna. Oh.
That's not where you want. Nope, that's
Oh.
not where. Oh.
Oh.
And
I'm not sure if that was seppuku or not.
yeah, and not quite
Yeah.
what we were expecting, but
Well,
That's
yeah.
a
I mean,
big
she
win
may
for
have
Mike
just
Lowe.
decided to save us some time because I mean, there was, Tarim was kind of delaying the inevitable after a while. I mean that there wasn't really a good clean way for her to get out with
I don't
you
know.
know.
It like next turn. Actually, I guess yeah, next turn like Mike didn't have anything to be able to punch through the Tarim. He would have had to just do it the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, maybe from
think
her
she still had a
perspective,
shot
there was
that
still
game.
a Vile Spine or a Leroy or something like that in the hand. There were a lot of outs for lethal, so just kind of get on with the next one, I guess. So Mike is gonna be on that elemental shaman that is not a Shutterwalk shaman, and
Yep.
Ziggy still has this odd paladin that's been giving her some trouble, and she does have the Murabi shaman. She may. I wonder if she does try to go to that just to try to switch it up a little bit, or if she just hopefully this odd paladin is going to kind of get shake off the rust and get there.
Yeah, I would expect for Ziggy to probably queue up her Odd Paladin again, just try to get the win in with that one.
Yeah.
And then just go for a Shaman Mirror to end it. But maybe she really wants to show off this Murabi Shaman.
Yeah.
There
There is an element to that, right?
There are many elementals in that wicked.
I'm so proud of you. But I mean, it may be that she brought this deck. She wants to make sure she gets to see it on stream, and I don't blame her for that. I want to see this. I want to see this deck go. I want to see it freeze and kill some things. I want to see some frozen fish.
I want to see this Avalanche. Avalanche is one of those cards where I've been getting it off of Hagatha every once in a while, and it does some work sometimes, especially because people aren't used to playing around it.
Yeah.
So you can get some pretty sweet avalanches in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was like Holy Fire was in the last meta when off of Lyra, right? Where it's good enough that it's great when you get it for free. When you have to spend one of your 30 card slots on it, it's a little bit less amazing. But I mean, it's like those shaman cards. It's funny because and I know that we won't really see. Oh, I guess we will see Hagatha, right? We're just not going to see Shutterwalk.
Okay,
but
here it is.
Yeah, here
The
we go.
Shaman Mirror. Ziggy
Yeah.
wants to make sure that Murabi gets his time to shine.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, a lot those cards get a bad rep for being bad, but it's not that they're bad, it's just that they're not worth a slot in a deck. But they're not bad cards. They're just
all
drawn
good
that
cards,
way.
Right? That's what you always say,
What's that?
Brent. They're all good cards.
They're all
Brent?
good cards,
Isn't that
Brent.
what-
Yes, yes.
I know all the wicked good memes.
Yeah. I it's all the greatest hits, Hey, we got Murabi in the opening hand.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Two cards that do not seem to go. The old Volcano Bloodlust opener.
So here's a dire bowl from Mike Lowe to open up, and we do get the Firefly into the opening hand for Ziggy on turn 2, though I'm not sure if she wants to do that or just get a totem down.
Yeah, it seems like you want. I kind of like getting a couple Fireflies in.
Yeah.
You need to kind of contest the board presence here, but guess Font Totem does a decent job at stalling for a bit. You could even Mana Tide here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not dying on board. I mean, we can see the Lightning Bolt in hand. I would expect it to answer this, but that also... Or, you know, Mike just goes with his own Mana Tide, which is fine, too. Oh, it looks like we are going to coin out the Lightning Bolt. That makes sense.
I like this a lot.
I like it a lot, too.
Then,
this is a good play.
So what I actually expect here, depending on what Ziggy draws, but I would expect her to just kind of hero power pass here. You want to conserve some of these cards to go like Volcano and then start developing behind it.
Yeah, I mean, is there any harm in playing the first half of the Firefly out? I mean, that's... Yeah, and...
I mean, you are a Bloodlust deck, so like being able to play a bunch of 1-mana cards is pretty solid.
And she does have a Thrall in hand, so she may just want to get that started. It seems a little bit early, but maybe.
Yeah, and I guess this Hot Spring Guardian actually like is pretty solid here because there isn't a direct way for Mike to deal with it on board.
Yeah, and we can see not in his hand either.
Yeah.
So she could actually use that, assuming this is not a Taunt Totem, which it's not. She could actually trade off the Mana Tide and then Thrall here if she wants to.
Yeah, I think I like bumping and getting a little bit of value here since you rolled Healing Totem. Maybe you don't if you didn't, but this makes a lot of sense. And now, what does Ziggy do? She could take out the Mana Tide and just play a Thrall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like get a 3-drop and a 4-drop. Yeah, let's go.
Oh man, and we can drop Marabi next turn.
Yeah,
we'll probably have a bit of board presence.
I mean, you could get a Water Elemental off of that 3-drop. that Gargoyle though is pretty nice.
That's incredible.
I mean, getting the coin is going to be big. And if that Festerroot Hulk has an awfully big butt.
Oh yeah, 2/7, and then if we get to attack with anything, then...
Yeah. I mean, we've got a Fire Elemental for next turn. That can clean up one of these minions.
Because it looks like I'm assuming a Fire Plume Phoenix is coming out, and then maybe like a Glacial Shard, so Fire Elemental will answer that pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe you just hex the 2/7. Maybe the 2/7's scary.
2/7 seems pretty scary to me. I don't know.
Or maybe you hex the 2/2 to prevent the coin.
Does it buff itself? I've literally never seen this card played.
A friendly minion. So,
I guess it must.
But it's after?
Yeah.
Okay. I expect a Glacial Shard coming.
I would hope so. Yeah.
But maybe not. Coin is pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whenever another... Yeah, better get out that Glacial Shard now, because otherwise...
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to give the Murabi value.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
To Mike Lowe. Because it's not when you freeze, it's whenever...
Oh, we need to look at the... Whenever another minion is frozen, add a copy of it to your hand.
I think, you just Fire Elemental this Fire Plume and attack the Healing Totem or the Firefly.
Pump up your...
itself? Oh, it does!
Yeah, it does! We are learning things! Good. This is an educational stream today!
Oh, man. Oh, Michael is in so much trouble here. It's actually actually crazy. I thought
this is very quickly gotten like off the rails amazingly quickly.
Oh man, we have so many options too.
What to do?
What? I don't know.
You don't ever have to Bloodlust to clear that thing, do you? That seems terrible. I
think you probably have to hex here.
I think you do.
You probably have to hex the Fire Elemental, and then you might have to Flame Elemental Glacial Shard the Festerroot Hulk.
Oh man!
Because now you know it buffs itself. So
right, but whatever gets frozen, I mean, Ziggy can just upgrade. I mean, she can even upgrade that the Hex Frog if she wants to.
Oh, okay.
See, I guess he saw my dumb play, and yeah.
I'm gonna shard.
Yeah, shard that fire elemental, but that fire elemental is probably going to become a 7-drop.
I guess you have Blaze Caller to cleanly answer it next turn, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, what does now? Oh, Ziggy could.
Oh, Murabi
value.
Frost Shock coin. Let's go. Actually, I don't hate it. I don't hate a Murabi Frost Shock and get a Glacial Shard. I do not hate that at all.
I actually really like that play.
Like, I said it as a joke, and then the more I
kills
thought
it-
about it, I'm like, no, that
But if
actually
it-
makes a ton of sense.
If it kills it, does she still get the?
It freezes it before it kills it, though. Oh no, it deals 1 damage and then freezes it. So no, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think Frostbolt may work the other way,
I think.
but yeah.
You could just
The
do it for
choice
science.
is mine alone.
We are learning so much about crappy shaman cards right now.
Alright, so it looks like she's gonna go with an icebreaker
Yeah, that
instead.
seems much more reasonable.
I guess.
Yeah.
And we get to evolve. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Do we have any 8-drops in our deck?
I will look that up for you. We have a
No, we have
Calamos.
one. Oh, we have a Calamos. Free Calamos.
Do you want that? Do you want that out, or do you want that? Do you want that to be giving you the battle cry though? Well, speaking of,
yeah,
but
there's a Calamos
that's not ready.
there.
But we do have a Blaze Caller locked and loaded.
Or a Fire Elemental if we want.
Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah.
But it's gonna pull out the Calamos.
I mean, I like the Silver Vanguard and Hunter, but maybe I should be playing it in Shaman.
I mean, based on what you've seen here from Mike Lowe, as far as you know, there's like an Alec here in the deck.
There could be.
You might just be Fire Elementaling the Silver Vanguard and then getting a...
I mean, even Shaman plays Alakir, plays Lich King. That's kind of scary. But yeah, we are gonna pull out that Calamos.
There's the Calamos.
And that
Now
Calamos,
can trade and get transmuted?
yeah, it sure
Oh,
can.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Robbie.
She could do. She could do it. She can still do that. She can still coin out the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then are we gonna do the trade coin hero power? Let's see it. Come on. I want to see it.
This game is everything I was
Or just
hoping for and
attack
more.
Or just attack it with our weapon. Get that
Yeah,
value.
kill it. Get him. Yeah.
And then go face.
So
now
this
what?
Hagatha isn't doing much. I guess you can use. Maybe you just need to use the Blaze Caller to kill this Murabi, which is sad, but. I mean, could you? Well, you can Volcano here, right? You can Volcano here.
Yeah, I mean that's probably better. Blaze coloring Robbie.
I mean,
that's something I literally ever thought I'd hear myself say.
Oh, I love. There are times that I love the UHL, and this is great. I love this. I love everything about this game.
I mean, you also could just like Calamos and trade, but it looks like it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
But you still have a 7. You still have a 7/4 that's gonna hit you in the face and become a
Right.
9-drop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be Volcano, and then probably Hero Power, but man, our next
Yeah.
turn is so awkward.
Yeah, because
now
now
we
you're
don't
turning
have
off all your
a-
elementals.
Yeah, we don't have Elemental Synergy, we're gonna have to like play a Grumble, and we know that Ziggy has a Fire Elemental that can just come down.
Yeah. I didn't see what
Man,
that was.
so
that
much
came-
so much respect
Oh,
for the.
I'm so used to
Robbie.
weird cards that at Stonehill Defenders seemed out of place.
Oh, Hearts Team Bot.
Let's go! Oh no. Okay, this makes more sense with the Bloodlust in hand, but it's not thematically consistent.
Exactly.
Well,
I think Ziggy's in a really good spot to win this game.
Job's done.
I mean, if you told me an hour ago that a Robbie free shaman would be running away with a
man.
game, I would have thought you were
Avalanche.
smoking something.
You can Avalanche and double Phantom Militia here.
Yeah.
And Phantom Militia survives Hagatha. Or you can just
Yeah.
make 3 Phantom Militias.
Yeah, sure.
Probably just win next turn with
You could do
Bloodlust.
that. You could coin and evolve one of them,
You could.
or hit face with the or you know, I don't know if you want to kill off the Manatide if you care.
I don't think you do.
Well, I guess you do.
She
Yeah.
does.
But you could still coin and evolve something if she wanted to. I don't know that she has to, but she could.
No, this looks like it's going to be... Ooh, that's a great draw. That is such a good draw, because
Yeah.
now we can Hagatha plus Glacial Shard and Lightning Bolt the Fire Elemental.
Yeah.
I don't know what you Glacial Shard.
I don't think you care what your Glacial Shard. You're just getting spells off of it, which are just going to be your lifeblood at this point. That's your hope.
Yeah. And we're only going to have 15 damage coming up next turn.
Nice to meet you.
Now even less. Oh man, it looks like Mike's gonna... This Hagatha's gonna... I think it's gonna let Mike Lowe crawl back into this game.
It could very well. So that is another Avalanche, which is not super useful right now. I mean,
Yeah.
Ziggy she could evolve this Frozen 2/1 for starters, get a 4-drop.
Yeah.
She could definitely play a Manatide.
Yep, and probably a Tar Creeper.
Yeah. I mean, she can even just run her face into that 2/1 if she wants to.
I mean, you have removal spells, though, with Avalanche. Oh, that is a really good one. Such a good...
What is
good
this
roll
game?
Burlock?
This Calamos though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's did not take him very long at all. And then
Nope.
yeah, I mean the only thing is you're still gonna have a 5/1 left over
Right.
after this Glacial Shard trades in, but I think you're fine with that.
Ooh,
Oh,
Flash
wow.
Hawk. What a pickup off Hagatha.
Wow.
And man, I was so hopeful for Ziggy,
Well,
but now
It's not
Now
over
she
yet. I mean, she does have a lot of removal. I mean, she can Avalanche and run her face into the Calamos and kill it.
Yeah,
What she's going to do
that
about
is-
the Blaze Caller and the Grumble is a different discussion, but this one at least she can deal with.
yeah,
She could also
and
just Volcano it if she cares. I mean,
The choice is mine.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine too. It's like, you're seeing basically 1 or 2 minions a turn. Can she attack face and kill him?
Evolve.
Lifesteal's
All
good.
right, all right. 3/3.
The Hex is going to answer that, or so is the Blaze Caller.
Hands consume
Yep.
And we see what we get. Ooh,
An Avalanche. There we go. Avalanche is for everybody.
So many avalanches.
That Bloodlust could come in handy, though.
I think we might be volcanoing again.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
Or
have to. You
double
could avalanche the
avalanching.
blood. You could avalanche the Blaze Caller too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that's
I
really
mean-
really a problem right now.
If there's something Ziggy has right now, it's a lot of stall.
Yeah. But what is she
So-
stalling towards now is the question, right? Like, she's got. This is just silly now. I don't, you know. I mean,
do you
she
grumble
doesn't
here?
really have. I mean, she's got the Calamos of her own. She's got.
Well, no, it's gone.
Is it? Oh, that's right. It's gone because it
It
came
got
out of
pulled
the. It
with
came
the
out of
Silver
the
Vanguard.
Silver Vanguard.
Yeah, okay, so we grumble just to
We're just gonna get more avalanches.
cards. Ooh, okay, that's a couple.
Yeah,
that's a couple minions. We
yeah.
like minions. But Avalanche actually does some work here.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you do after that? I mean, I guess you could play the Firefly and evolve it.
You could go Avalanche. Okay. Huh. Okay, and then play a Firefly, evolve it.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Oh right,
Mana
he can't
4/5.
attack unless he silences it, which he could, but I don't think that's not a winning play.
yeah, that doesn't seem like it's on the docket.
I mean, this is the problem is that
Yeah.
you know,
This seems like a better target.
yeah.
Zap.
Zap is going to be useful later, but his hand's starting to fill up with just jank. I mean,
amazing cards.
He could. Well, yeah. I mean, Avalanche is an amazing card, especially when they're golden. They're all golden because of the golden Hagatha, which is pretty awesome.
That is pretty sweet.
I'd love to see him Ancestral Spirit this Grumble too.
We could even just we have a Bloodlust. We could just Ancestral Spirit the Spirit Wolf here.
Yeah.
And then play Dire Mole and go face. And then Bloodlust is likely lethal next turn unless
double Bloodlust is almost certainly lethal.
Oh yeah, double Bloodlust has won many a game, but Ziggy has all of the the freeze effects.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, Mike does have a lot of fairly dead cards here.
Yeah.
Like, she gets to Avalanche here, and then...
so we're gonna evolve the 4/5. We get that's a pretty good roll.
That's a good one.
And I mean, she can Glacial Shard and kill the wolf if she wants to, and Frost Shock the other one if she feels like she's really threatened. I mean, she may not be I'm sure she's not thinking about double Bloodlust, but I mean, you do want to get rid of some of those things at some point. And I mean, that starts to set up some sort of a game plan for her with this Bloodlust in her hand.
Yeah, but now these Avalanches.
The Avalanches in the Zaps.
Can actually start doing stuff. Yeah, Hex into Avalanche. Push some face damage.
Yep.
It's gonna end up zapping here.
May as well. Not? I mean, it does lock out the double Bloodlust, but I mean, you probably only need one at this point. That is a timely draw.
I mean, but it is kind of just delaying the inevitable. I think you probably have to evolve it, honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're freezing out the 7/7 again, then...
Yeah.
Oh.
Whenever you play a card, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, she can trade that off.
Yeah, he can just... Michael can just hex this.
We're getting close to fatigue, though.
Yeah, but
I mean, realistically... Listen, I'm trying to build a narrative here, okay?
Oh, there's the Burlock. Stall for another turn.
I mean, you laugh, but I don't know that this is not an unrealistic game plan at this point.
I mean, so...
Oh, Warsong Commander. So powerful it had to be nerfed.
Oh man, Loot Hoarder gets you gets you closer to fatigue. Maybe you don't want to play that. Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
That Primal Talismans will help, yeah.
Yeah. And then Avalanche, because why not? We have another one. And this just kind of really showing you the power of Hagatha in the later stages of the game.
That Hex is pretty big, though.
The Hex is good, but we can just double Bloodlust unless she gets a taunt here. Yeah.
Gets another Cursed Disciple, but
should be good enough for lethal.
It should be, yeah, and he sees it.
And that's gonna be it.
Wow.
I really thought,
yeah.
I thought that Ziggy was gonna pull through with the old Hagatha, or the Murabi Shaman deck. It was looking really good for a while there. But...
I'll tell you though. I mean, I was entertained. I don't know about you, but man. I was entertained.
Oh, definitely. I'm really glad she decided to bring that one.
Yeah, I mean, it may not have won her a game, but it won her our hearts. We'll say that. So, yeah.
Do you want to start up the call?
Yeah, if you want to make sure that they're both still good for the call, then I'll start that up, and we'll get them in here and ask them a couple questions, and then we will wrap up week 5. But yeah, that game was amazing. This is why I love the UHL, because this kind of stuff happens and it's just glorious.
Yeah, it was close. Like I really thought Ziggy had a really good shot at getting there. But,
yeah, it looked like it. It's just that you know the problem with Thrall is that if you run out of minions, then you can't snowball that value, and it gets hard to get back on board after that. That's been the problem with it pretty much all along. Even back in the Evolve Shaman days.
So neither of them are responding, but I feel like we could just start it and see when they. Okay, Mike's good. I assume Ziggy's gonna join us eventually, but
Okay.
let's.
All right.
Let's go
So
ahead
let
and
me.
start that
I
call.
will switch over. Oh, I have to put the. I have to put the. I have to put the other card up. So I will do that, and then I will. I'll drop you out, and I'll bring you back in.
All right.
Okay. Which means I need to find Discord, which would help. And okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So hang on. So Ziggy has to go because they have to record 1600, but we'll get yeah, sorry. I'm getting Mike in because I didn't want to
Yeah,
use
because
the
Ziggy's got to go.
Yeah, I didn't want to use
record
the
1600.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Hang on one second. Did that work? It might have worked. Mike, you there?
Yo.
Hey, okay, we got it. We did it.
Hey, did it. What's up, boys?
So,
congratulations, Mike.
So, how do you prep for Murabi Shaman?
So you know what's funny? Queued into obviously the Shaman mirror. I didn't think of Shadow Walk whatsoever. I didn't think about what the deck would be at all until what did she play? Was it that weapon? The
Icebreaker? Yeah.
Yeah, once she played that, I literally in this chair I sat back and I was like, oh crap, that's that Robbie deck. I was like, yo, she's about to destroy me with this deck. Like I was trying to think of like what the deck list was, how I'm gonna prepare for it. Can't prepare for that.
No.
You guys saw that. Every time I was trying to set up with the Grumble to finish the game, she kept freezing it. Yeah. I'm just like, stop freezing it. Let me finish this. Like, oh man, no, Ziggy's dope, man. That was great. That was so much fun.
That was a heck of a fun game to watch and to be able to cast. So how did this go compared to how you thought it was going to go?
To be 100% honest, I've known Ziggy for about 2, almost 3 years now. Never beat her ever. This went the total opposite way. I didn't think I was going to go 3-1. Of course, I want to. I'm trying to make the playoff push, but I'm glad with the results. They weren't easy games whatsoever. I definitely made mistakes the first game with the Rogue. Just so everybody knows, my total wins with Rogue, I'm at about 129.
Yeah.
So that's easily my weakest class. So
yeah,
I wanted to play that game too and get that win back. Yeah, that was definitely fun.
And Odd Rogue is a tough deck to play if you're not used to playing aggro. Maybe you'll probably watch the VOD back and it might be good for you. But what were your thoughts?
Really well done overall. Yeah. I liked the lists you brought. They had a little bit of the Myclo flavor, but also definitely a lot of the power that we see out of this format. I was gonna say so that I can help you out since I play a lot of Rogue. When you can just make a big Edwin, usually that's a good plan.
Okay.
Like 6/6 Edwin is real solid in the
6/6 Edwin.
Game.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So he's not the fanboy, but in my head I was thinking of was it Soleil? I was like, should I make this Edwin a 4/4 or 6/6? No, go for a big Edwin, you dummy. I was like, make a big 8/8 Edwin. As you can see, I'll admit it, I'm a rookie with Rogue, so I was just trying to make a big one, save all those 1/1 spells in the coin. But yeah.
Trust me, I'm not much better with Rogue. You can ask Bodicus how much fun it is watching me try to play Rogue.
But no, really well done because the odd paladin matchup is really really hard for Rogue, and the fact you were able to navigate that to a win was really
awesome.
Good.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean I've gotten rushed down by Odd Paladin with the Taunt Druid a few times too, and you were able to just kind of wall it off and just manage to keep her from hitting your face until you could take over the game, and that was it. You was really well. It was well played all throughout. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Really do.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at for next week? This was what week was this? Week 5?
This was week 5.
Week
so
5.
you got whatever you're left with.
6.
So what are your three classes you have remaining? We won't go too much into the decks. Don't want to give it away,
Yeah.
but you already brewing some stuff up for next week, or do you even know what your
What
next
am
decks
I-
are?
Actually, like last week, I have my notebook. What are my classes? I'm playing Lore Master Eve next week. I know one deck is Warrior. What haven't I played yet? This is horrible. I'm doing the victory match. I don't know my classes. I know one deck is Warrior.
Yeah.
I played. Okay, so help me out, guys. Ready? We'll work together.
All right,
The first week, I played all the Cabal classes. So Mage,
Okay.
Priest.
Mage,
Yep.
Priest, and
Mage, Priest,
Warlock. And
Yep.
then you,
I just played Druid. I just played Rogue. I just played Shaman.
Okay, so you have Warrior, Paladin, and Hunter left.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Here's my weakness. I can't count. I don't know.
No, that's solid. Like those are
Yeah.
some really solid classes. A lot of them have kind of seen a big resurgence since the nerfs, and I'm really excited to see what you end up bringing.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
mean,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
it's
excited
really
too. 'Cause I'm
good
not
right
sure
now,
yet, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting. It could be, you know, I don't have the standings right in front of you, but I would imagine you're probably at least on the cuffs of the playoffs. So.
Oh, okay, that I do have memorized.
Yeah.
So me and Ziggy are me, Ziggy, Fiverr, and Nate Wolf. We're all 3-2.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous hat. I want to find a meme where it's like some kind of like superhero or Iron Man or someone just chilling in the tower, just like, you know, sipping his drink, looking down at the chaos below. Like, that's Ridiculous hat watching us fight for second place. Like, he's chilling at 5-0. Like, not chilling. Obviously, he deserves it and earned it, but
Yeah.
I can just imagine how good it feels just to be like, I got first place locked up. Let's see these guys just fight it out. But yeah, we're all tied for 3-2, second place. So
Well,
I'm
now you
excited.
know that if you play him, all you got to do is put as many copies of Avalanche into your deck as possible, and you absolutely overwhelm him.
yo, that was crazy. I got lucky. I feel where I got lucky in the series. Just to be objective, she played a paladin class that didn't have equality and
Yeah.
consecration, because I feel like that would have destroyed me anywhere, any of those decks. And then all those hexes and avalanches I got in that last match.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely noted that. I was like, that's where my RNG came in. But obviously, skill is in the game. But it was all fun.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
appreciate the match.
yeah, you just have those games sometimes where you get all kinds of like ice fishings and totemic mites, and you just like, okay, well at least I can make room in my hand, but this doesn't do anything for me. You got a lot of useful cards off of that Haggard.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
2 bloodlust. Oh yeah, that was the deck is called. I sent it to Bodkiss, right? It's called Hagatha Bay. I crafted Golden Hagatha April 12th, like the day it came out. So that game I played faster, if you notice, because I'm really comfortable. I played that deck since the first day of the new set.
Oh, cool.
So love it.
Awesome. Well,
yeah, it's awesome seeing all those golden spells that you get from Hagatha. Really, I
That's
like
exactly
the
what I did.
idea.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
actually really tempted to craft a golden Hagatha now.
A golden card that makes goldens. Oh yeah, love it.
Well, where can people find you online so that they can follow your exploits throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, so I'm on a podcast. It's called The Clock HS. I also do the UHL weekly recap. It comes out every Monday. So I also do a lot of other content. So where you can find me tweeting about this content is at ML Streams. Just go to my Twitter, and that's where you find all my stuff. Easy, one place.
Awesome. And Bodkiss, where can people find you as when you're not casting Avalanche showdowns?
So you can find me on the Coin Concede podcast, coinconcede.com. We just posted the episode today where we recorded on Wednesday and really went in depth on all of the decks that we thought kind of got improvements or maybe are not looking quite as good since the balance patch. So definitely check that out if you can.
Yeah, so that was it.
Yeah, and you can find me at Wicked Good on Twitter, and you can follow my podcast Off Curve at offcurve.com, and I have an episode that I recorded and still have to post, should go up probably tomorrow at this rate, on probability and how you can use probability and math to make your turns a little bit better. So anyway, congratulations again, Mike. Good luck for you the rest of the season. And thank you everyone for watching. This wraps up week 5, so we'll be back soon with some week 6 action after the Sunday break. So on behalf of everyone, I'm Wicked Good. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Be good to each other.